Hello students, on last turn we studied p-n junction, in which I told you that when a p-type of semiconductor and a n-type of semiconductor, they are linked, they form a junction which is known as the p-n junction. And in this p-n junction we have studied two type of the p-n junctions, forward bias p-n junction and the backward or reverse bias p-n junction. Now, what is the utility of this p-n junction? So, the utility of p-n junction is in photovoltaic cells. So, today we will study photovoltaic cells, or simply they are called as the solar cells. As you know that photovoltaic or solar cells are the cells in which when a photon of light incident upon a p-n junction, it produces electric current. It is known as the photovoltaic or the solar cell. These p-n junctions can be used to produce the current when a light of certain energy incident upon them. So, what we see in the p-n junction, in the region of crystal where n and p type of semiconductors meet, there is a discontinuity in electron concentration. Remember, there is a discontinuity in electron concentration. Although both n type and p type are electrically neutral, but n type has more concentration of electrons than p type. In order to maintain electron concentration, electrons drift from n to p type, which produces a positive electric charge on the n type and a negative electric charge on the p type. Remember, now what phenomena has taken place? Now there is a positive charge development on the n type of the semiconductor and a negative charge development on the p type of semiconductor. Due to this, what is the consequence of this? The electric field thus set up encourages electrons to drift back to the n type. Now, what we have studied or what we have seen here, initially the electrons were going from n to p type. Now they are again coming from p type to n type to make the electron concentration in equilibrium. So there is a backdrift, you can say. It is a backdrift of the electrons. Finally, a state is reached in which the two forces are balanced. What are these two forces? The first force, which was drifting the electrons from n to p type, and second force is the back force or reverse force, which is again drifting the electrons from p type to the n type. Now these forces are balanced and the electron concentration varies means changes smoothly across the junction. This is the situation in the dark, which you can see from the figure. In first figure we see that on the left hand side there is a p type of semiconductor and on the right hand side there is a n type of the semiconductor, and a dotted line in between them is showing the junction of p and n junction. Now, when the light falls on this p-n junction, the situation is shown in the second figure. The use of p-n junction as a solar cell depends on its response to light, that how it responds towards the light. If the energy of incident light is more than the band gap, then what happens? Then electron will promoted across the band gap to the conduction band, as you can see from the figure. In the figure we see that a photon is incidenting, and on incidence of this photon the electrons are jumped from the valence band to the conduction band, creating a hole in the valence band. As you can see, the negative charge in a circle represents the electron and a positive charge in the circle represents the hole which is created by the drift of the electrons. The promoted electrons will be attracted to the positive charge n-type region. Now remember, here n-type region has become positive. Why it has become positive? Because electrons had moved from here to the p-type. So these promoted electrons will now be attracted by this positive charge n-type region. The gap in the valence band will move to the p-type region. Okay? Because an electron from the side would be attracted across to the n-type region to fill any hole there. What I mean here? I mean here that now the electrons which have been moved into the conduction band will not come to the valence band because there is a separation now between the valence band and the conduction band. The promoted electrons and the hole are now separated. Means electrons and holes are having a energy gap between these two as shown in the second figure. And so the conduction electrons cannot simply emit light and return to valence band. In generally what happens that a electron goes into the higher energy states, again come to the lower energy state by emitting the light. But here, since the energy gap is large between the valence band and the conduction band, so the electrons which have been moved into the conduction band by the incident photons, they will not return to the valence band. This is the important here. These electrons will not return to the valence band. And what will happen due to this? Now these electrons are free to move in the conduction band to n-type to an external circuit. Now these electrons will move from n-type semiconductor to the external circuit. And we know that flow of the electrons in the external circuit produces the electric current. The electric current thus produced can be used to doing some mechanical work. So here what we have seen that when light of certain energy incident upon a p-n junction, the electrons jump into the conduction band, will not return to the valence band, and now these electrons are free to be moved in an external circuit which is the source of the electric current. Now although this current is very low, no doubt this current is low, but this current can be used for pocket calculators. You are very well known with the pocket calculators, which are the solar calculators. So when you put such type of calculator in the sunlight, you see that there is a digital representation of the figure on the screen. This is due to the photovoltaic cell or solar cell. Now these can also be used for lighting homes. If the electric current is high, then this can be used for the homes, but with a very low voltage. Now semiconductor for this purpose need a band gap slightly below the range of visible light. Why? Because if the energy gap between the conduction band and valence band is more than the energy of incident light, definitely electrons will not migrate into the conduction band. So this energy gap should be low, and it may be in the range of 2.4 to 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. Okay, and silicon has a band gap below this energy level. Silicon has 1.9 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. So silicon can easily be used in a photovoltaic cell. So this is the mechanism and the function of a photovoltaic cell, which is based upon the PN junction. That is okay today for today.